Yeah, I feel like you're one of those artists where it's just like you're mad consistent, but you're mad consistent in the sense of like if you drop a song, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But like you don't really drop often.
I know, that's my biggest problem.
Why is that?
Bro, I think I'm my biggest critic.
Oh,
So it's like, I don't know, I'm my biggest critic. But I'm getting out that phase, though. I'm getting out that stage in life, though.
all right. Let me intro the pod real quick. We got 20-second Jim on the pod right now. I've been a fan for a minute, and I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me.
Appreciate you for having me.
But yeah, so I was talking to Rex Life Raj earlier about that. Like when you're an artist, just being in your own head on not releasing stuff.
Yeah.
You find yourself like that a lot?
All the time. I'm like one of the biggest people that do that. Me and Raj always had that conversation. I always had that kind of conversation with Jay Ant too. Like I look at them as like my peers in this shit. Like, they help me with a lot behind closed doors. So we all go through it. Like we just perfectionists. So whatever we do, we try to do it to perfection. So
yeah, but see, that's because I'm kind of like that with the videos, right?
Yeah.
Or like the YouTube content. I'm like, it's not gonna get views. Or I messed up here. I'm not gonna post it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it kind of stems from a little insecurity sometimes too.
Yeah, it can. It can, because you might just want your shit to look a certain way or feel like it should be a certain way, but fuck it though. We gotta just give them what they want. And if that's what they want, we gotta just give it to them.
No, I agree. So like, are you still constantly making music? You're just not.
Yeah, I think this is the most music I done ever made. I'm sitting on a bunch of music, so once I start dropping, I'm just gonna let it fly.
What are some of the reasons you don't release it?
I mean, I go through stuff outside of music that kind of like have me like debating if I still want to do music.
Really?
Yeah, I go through like real life issues, and sometimes that might throw me off. Like I don't feel like doing it. But instead of doing that nowadays, I just try to take what I'm going through on the outside and put it into the music, so it all resonates.
No, I feel that. Do you feel like the music helps you deal with what you're going through?
Yeah, it do. It's like a diary. Like once I sit down and get in the booth and hear a beat and I get to just let it all out, I feel much better.
Because, I mean, did you initially want to become a rapper?
No. I wanted my friends to rap, and I just wanted to support them. And I just wanted to be in the background. I never really cared to be in the front or nothing. I just was supporting my friends. And it just so happened that I did it and people fucked with it. So I kind of stuck with it. So.
And is the story correct that like the first time you got on a song was with AllBlack?
Correct. Yeah.
And so take me through that process of just like you kicking it with the homies and, hop in the booth. But
yeah. So it started one night. Black was in the booth. He was working on No Shame. One of the No Shame tapes. So I was never coming to rap. I was coming just to support, just to listen to music, because I'm a big connoisseur of music. I love music. I love all genres of music. So I just love to be in the environment with music. So I went to support him, and he played a beat, which happened to be No Shame. And he just asked me to get on it. It was a crowded room, bunch of people there. I hadn't rapped at all. So it took me hella long to do it. Like, it took me like hours to do that shit. But I did it, and I didn't like it. It wasn't until I was in San Jose one night, and a bunch of people was looking at me, like staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are they looking at? And then they came up to me and was like, oh, you on that song with AllBlack, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? Like, the song didn't have a video or nothing. And it just, they was like super happy to see me. So ever since that day, I'm like, okay, I probably could do this. So.
Do you feel like your path is to rap and create art like that?
Yeah. I just gotta be consistent. That's like anything you do in life. You only gonna get so far if you gotta stay consistent.
I mean, I just think you're special in that sense where, not a lot of people find the success in music just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Or like a fan base or, or even just being able to hop on an AllBlack song, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was lucky. God bless me. So it all worked out.
And so were you writing the raps that day or you just punching in?
I was a long way from punching. Punching was like new. Punching like that I do now is like new. Like I was always writing, and that shit took forever. So like, yeah, that's how it happened.
Just looping the beat?
Man, that shit took so long. It was like hours, to the point people was in there going to sleep. I felt terrible. But a classic ended up coming out of it though, like the No Shame song. So I guess it worked out.
And were you at all like thinking about, damn, I gotta, rap in front of the homies, having that type of feeling where
I kind of was like that. I just was like, I don't want to be weak. Like, I don't, if I'm weak, take me off.
But they'll tell you, right? They would tell you?
I would hope so. I'm not one of those guys that's like, I could take criticism. Like, especially from my peers. Like, that's how you get better. Like, I don't think everything I do is good. I don't feel like I'm the best at everything I do. I try to be, but when people critique shit, I listen to it. Even the fans, like I look through my comments when the fans critique shit or when they like shit, I listen to them. Like my core fan base, I listen to them at all times because they know they've been here since the beginning. So, yeah.
Did you know how to rap going in, or was your voice delivery all different?
It was like, I ain't gonna say I knew how to do it, but I did it before playing around, like when I was a kid, but it was all still new. I just was playing around. I didn't think that it would get to the level it got to. I was really just trying to get like 10,000 views. I was never thinking like millions of views or be here or be at a label or shows or I never thought that the music that we was making at that time would take us around the world.
Would you consider yourself a full-time rapper now?
I want to be, yeah. I want to be.
Damn. All right, well, let's start at the beginning, like growing up in Oakland.
Yeah.
What was the household like growing up?
The household was cool. I had, my mom. I had my step pops. They raised me up. It was cool. I was the only child for like about 12 years in that household. So it was cool. We stayed in a rough neighborhood, but inside my house it was all love.
Really?
Yeah.
And what part of Oakland?
The Dubs. They call it the Murder Dubs.
Right?
Yeah. I grew up on 22nd and 19th 1947 East 22nd, apartment B.
And it got that name, why?
The Murder Dubs speaks for itself.
A lot of murders.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that around there, especially when I was younger at that time. But it was somewhat structured around there. Like kids didn't really get to hang like that. Like they, we listened to the older dudes at that time. Like we listened to them. When they told us to leave, we left.
Really?
Yeah, and they didn't force the street life on us. But it's just what we seen every day. You could always tell somebody, oh, go to school, it sounds so cliche versus us actually watching y'all do what y'all do, like on the block, and like that type of shit look appealing to a kid, and it look fun. It look like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Even though they telling you like, oh, go to school, do this, but it's like school don't seem cool back then. Like what I'm saying, when you're young, school don't seem cool.
Do you remember early memories of seeing like people on the block or some gnarly shit?
Yeah, my street was the block. Like my street was the block for like a lot of young dudes.
So paint the picture. What's on the block? Like, what's a typical,
Typical day on the block. You got people out there like older than us, like late teens, out there hustling. You got kids like my age just playing football, basketball, hide and seek, doorbell ditch. Like it was lit. It was fun. We all stuck together. Like it was
big community vibe.
Yeah. For the most part, everybody know each other in the neighborhood. Like, if you grew up there, everybody know who's who. Because
I'm like, growing up, a single child, like, how you make friends? Usually you got your siblings to grow up with,
So, out my mom's kids, I was the only one in that household for 12 years. But out my dad's kids, I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay.
So, I got multiple siblings with my father.
So, were mom and dad split growing up?
Yeah. It was like they kind of never was together. She always was, it just didn't work out. They just got me out of it. But my step-pops really raised me, though.
Okay,
I got a lot of my ways from him.
From your stepdad?
Yeah. And that's like really my dad, though.
Damn, so you don't really have a relationship with Pops?
Nah, I do. We cool. But my stepdad that's who I seen every day. Still to this day.
Damn, that's tight.
Yeah, I love him to death.
Were you fucking with him off the rip, or did you have to kind of build that relationship?
He was there before me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know how I came about, but, he was there before me. So, he never treated me no different. He always treated me like I was his. So we was always cool.
Real one.
Yeah, he the realest one I know.
Because, sometimes, the typical
I
stepdad.
know how it could be. But I really don't. I look at him like my dad. So, I don't look at him like a stepdad. Like blood can make us no closer.
He called you son and everything?
Yeah, he called me my name. He ain't, he just called me my name.
Damn.
But he identified me as his son, and I identify him as my dad.
Damn. And then so when you're 12, does mom have another kid?
Yeah, my little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was that like?
It was cool. It was an adjustment, but it was cool. Like, you know, I was already, at 12 years old, I kind of already was like, feeling like I knew who I wanted to be.
And what was that?
All the wrong things. You know, I thought I wanted to play sports and do all this, but all the other stuff just was catching my attention. So, like, you know, I could play sports and do all that shit, but when I go home, I see, not in my household, but, like, around my neighborhood, I see other things, like, that caught my attention, that looked it better than sports, that looked it better than, you know what I'm saying? It was all the wrong things.
Would you see, like, money on the block, like fly whips, you know what I'm saying, dope boy shit?
Yeah, you gonna see all that. That's like rest in peace, Rob. He from my block. That's the first person that really showed me, like, I remember I was taking out the trash and he come across the street, showed me like a bunch of money like that. Like, look, dude. And I'm like, damn.
And you got that off serving?
Yeah. My block back then was a dope block. So a bunch of dope came through there. So.
Because Oakland is also known for, you know, the blade, right?
Yeah.
That's one way to get money out there too, right?
Yeah, but that was like, I didn't even know about that shit till I was older. I always knew about drugs and shit like that, like, cause I see it, like, no matter where I seen it, like, you know, sometimes as parents you think your kids don't see, but they see.
For sure.
I was one of those kids. I was like real nosy, and I really wanted to know what shit was. I just was super like, damn, what is that? What did he just put in there? What is it? Like, and I would go look, but I was real sneaky with it. Like, everybody always looked at me like the good kid, because I never, like, talked about it, or I act like I didn't know nothing, but I knew everything. So
were you, like, smoking as a young kid, getting into shit like that?
Yeah,
or what?
My first time smoking, I probably was in, like, 6th grade.
Damn.
But I never liked it though, because I tried it and I couldn't handle it. So I can't.
I mean, 6th grade is like, what
Bro,
the hell? What kind of kid can handle some weed?
Now that I think about it, like, you know, I got kids. I got a son that's in, for me, 8th grade now. I can't even imagine him doing some shit like that. I had him when I was a kid, so it's like, you know, like, thinking back on the shit I was doing back then, it's like, damn, I can't even imagine him doing that. But, you know, I was doing all this, like, without my mom knowing nothing. She didn't know nothing. She didn't know. It would have surprised her if she knew. Like, but I was always into a little shit here and there though.
Damn, so you kind of had to be independent real young.
I didn't have to be. I chose to be. Like, you know, my mom looked out for me. My steppops looked out for me. My auntie looked out for me. You know, it take a village to raise a kid, and I had a good village. I still do to this day.
Oh, that's real. So, like, raising a son right now.
Yeah.
You talking to him about, like, you know, smoking weed and doing all that?
Yeah, I talked to him about it. But, you know, he ain't in that world, though. He growing up in a different environment. All my kids, they growing up in different environments, so they ain't really, you know, I lace them up so they can know. But, you know, I don't want to be green to this shit, but, you know, I let them know. Like, I keep it all the way raw with them. Like, this ain't what you want.
Kind of have to, right?
Hell yeah, because it's like, I'd rather them hear, you know, from me than somebody on the street that don't love them, that don't care, like, that might show them, you know what I'm saying? If they got any questions, they know they can come to me and they can get the raw, you know.
Did your parents give it to you raw growing up, or did you kind of have to learn it the hard way?
Nah, yeah, it was some things I learned the hard way, but sometimes it's like people could tell you shit over and over, but you won't.
You gotta learn.
You gotta learn yourself.
You gotta touch that burner to get burned.
If it's
real
really
quick.
hot, like, you know what I'm saying. My mom told me a lot. My dad told me. My stepdad told me. My uncles told me. Everybody told me, but it was like, nah, let me see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, hard head make a soft ass. I had to learn more than a few times.
So when did you dive into the game? How young were you?
Man, realistically, like, I was young, bro. Like, just dibbling and dabbling. I wasn't heavy with it, but, you know, I was, like, very curious.
Like 6th, 7th grade type of thing? Middle school,
sure,
high school?
Middle school for sure.
Damn.
Like, middle school for sure. I just seen a comment on YouTube. Somebody was like, hey, Jim sold me some weed when I was in 6th grade. That was my 6th grade weed man. Like, he ain't lying. Whoever that is, they not lying.
The 6th grade weed
They
man.
said, like, what school we went to and everything. Like, yeah, weed always been a part of my life, bro. So it's like, that's why I didn't miss school.
Because you were serving kids at school?
Yeah, like, I never skipped school. I was making money at school. I never skipped school.
Holy shit.
I went crazy in school.
Because on one end, you could like I could kind of respect like the business aspect of being a little kid, you know.
Yeah.
But then also too, it's like it's pretty fucked up that you're a kid's, you know.
Yeah. The thing is, I didn't have to do it though. I didn't have to do it. I chose to do it because I'm not gonna say I was, my mom looked out for me. They took care of me, but it was certain things I didn't have that I wanted that I was seeing like my peers that I went to school with that they had. You know, it was certain shit I didn't have, but they did everything for me. Like, you know, they made sure I was straight, but I just wanted more. That's like even now in life, I always want more. I'm always feeling for a level up. I'm never content, and I've been like that. Like now I'm older, looking back, I've been like that since I was a kid.
Damn. So like you're in 6th grade, you find a plug to what, get like an eighth, an ounce, or like what was the game plan?
It kicked off because my stepdad was like, he was serving weed, so he had like put some shit up, and I seen him do it. And I was like, oh, I know it's right here. So I just was like taking shit. Until one day I got caught.
I was like, he had to have caught you, right?
They ended up catching me, and you know, it was what it was.
So you were just trimming stuff off the top of the jar?
Yeah, I was just taking shit off. And until one day I got too greedy and took all of it. It just got to the point where I just took everything. It's like, fuck it, just take it all. And then I just went around selling it.
What was the discipline like after when Pops found out?
He was mad, but my mom, she the one that laid a belt down though. He always been cool. He had talked to me. Like he's the communicator. My mom is the enforcer. So, you know, she laid the smack down more than a few times.
Oh, shit.
But
it didn't scare you?
It did, but...
You took a break or what?
I ain't gonna say I took a break. I just moved a little smarter.
Just had to find a different plug.
Yeah, I just moved a little smarter. But I really started fucking, I really started fucking with it, like, late middle school, like, early high school, for sure. That's when I was, like, all the way in it.
And like really seeing some money from it?
Yeah, I was.
Damn.
I was. That's why I didn't miss school.
Were you a good student?
Yeah, I was a good student. I graduated.
What kind of classes were you interested in? If any.
I liked it. I liked the history. I liked the English. I liked it everything but algebra.
Yeah.
Everything but that shit. That and chemistry. I just didn't fuck with those two. Cause I don't see nowhere in life where I'm counting some money where it's gonna be like a letter involved in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's never gonna be a letter involved with me counting.
You like
money.
numbers, just not the letters.
It just makes no sense for what I'm doing in my life. Like, where when I'm counting some money is it gonna be a H? Or you know what I'm saying? How put all them fucking quotes. All that. When is it gonna be that? I need to know how to add, subtract, divide, sign, all that kind of shit. No letters.
Trying to see commas, not the letters.
Exactly. I could tell you how many times I seen commas. I can't tell you how many times I seen a letter when I was counting.
So did you ever get caught up in school?
Hell yeah. Well, almost. But I outsmarted them. They was green. Like, compared to me, I was already in a very fast pace. It's like, you know, my grandma stayed in a different part of Oakland than my mom. So our neighborhood was the Dubs. My grandma stayed in the Deep East Oakland. Deep East Oakland is a lot different than the Dubs. It's way more fast paced. So, like, all my friends that was in the Deep, they was moving way faster than all my friends in the Dubs. All my friends in the Dubs was still kids. They still wanted to be kids. My friends in the Deep, they came from, like, a crazy-ass, like, a lot of them came from, like, fucked up households. You know, one-parent households and all that kind of shit. So, where they was just doing all type of shit. So.
And as a kid serving, were you, like, worried about getting robbed or taking L's like that? Or were you, like...
I wasn't really worried about that because it was like everybody knew me.
Yeah.
So it's like they know me, they know my family, they know my dad. I didn't worry about that kind of. I didn't think that far though. I wasn't thinking that far. I was just a kid. I was petty hustling. I was just petty hustling.
Little sacks and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
just to get some shit, like some shoes or some shit, or just, you know, have fun for the weekend, or just get little clothes here and there. Like, until I got older, then I turned.
And that was it Berkeley High? Or was that...
Berkeley High, I was full-fledged. Like, I did this, and I started in Edendale Middle School.
And where's that at?
Edendale was in San Leandro.
Okay.
I went to Roosevelt, and around the corner from my house in the Dubs. I got kicked out of there.
For what?
Bro, I was wild as fuck. I was in 6th grade, and they had kicked me out. I was just wild. I don't know what I was going through at the time. I think I was just trying to find myself.
Yeah, right.
And I think the transition from 5th grade to 6th grade was so drastic for me, to the point it was like, damn, like, it was so hard. Like, we got recess and all this shit. Then you get to 6th grade and it's crazy at school. It's like, damn, it's like everybody was like super grown. It was, I don't know, that shit was just too much for me.
Really?
Yeah, I just was fighting all the time and just doing all type of crazy shit. It got to the point where I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm gonna make it past 6th grade. Because it was so hard for me. But
so you were just acting out?
I was acting a fool. I gave my mama a hard time. I gave my whole household a hard time when I was in 6th grade.
You ever think about why you did that? Like, just I know you just said it being hard, but was it ever deeper?
I think I was just rebelling because I was searching for things that I didn't have, like relationships I didn't have. So I just was rebelling against everything that was in front of me. I just wanted shit my way. A spoiled kid. Just.
And so, did you bounce around a lot of schools?
I did. I went to after I got kicked out of Roosevelt, I went to Edendale. I got kicked out of Edendale, and then I went to a school called Washington Manor, and which I ended up staying there, and I graduated from there. And then I went to another high school called Arroyo in San Leandro. I didn't like it, but I liked it, the money.
I was like, as a young kid going to different schools, that expands the network, you know?
But that's how I know a bunch of people, though.
Yeah, right?
Like, that's how I know a bunch of people, and that's how I'm able to mix in a lot of different rooms because I went to a lot of different schools. I went to a Catholic school when I was like a kid, like because my grandmother is Mexican. She full-blooded Spanish.
Word.
Yeah, I'm black and Mexican.
Word.
She full-blooded Spanish. So I was in a Catholic school for like 3 years. That's how I know like a lot of my other friends. Then I went to like public school and all that shit.
All right, let me ask you this: who's got better food, Mexican or the black side?
Bro, you can't ask no shit like that. You can't ask no shit like that. It's like they good at what they do.
Yeah.
Both sides is good at what they do, so you really can't ask no shit like that.
Damn, so you grew up with a Mexican grandmother?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's tight. So did I.
It was lit.
Strict. They always get you fed.
Yeah,
they always make sure you're eating.
Yeah, she spoiled us though. She spoiled us right, and she's still here today. Like I talk to my grandma every day.
Wow.
We got a good relationship.
Wow, that's hard. Yeah, if you're watching this, call your grandma if she's still here or grandfather and let them know you love them.
No, mama, life too short.
Real shit. So where does the music come into play in this story?
Music was always a part of my life. Like I always my mama tell you, even when I was a baby, I would always like fuck with the radio and like they had nicknamed me when I was like 1 or 2 years old, like DJ James. Like he gonna be a DJ. He gonna be a DJ when he get older because I always was like messing with the radio and shit. So I always have loved music ever since I could remember. Like I never thought that I would be doing it, but I always loved it. Like music is like therapy to me. So.
And was it straight like, was it hip hop at first or was it how'd you get introduced? What were your parents listening to?
My parents was listening to a lot of hip hop, but they mix in some little KBLX here and there. But my grandmother, my mom's mom, that's who like I would hear like KBLX through my aunt and my uncle. Like that's how I got hip to like jazz samples or like older songs through like them listening to me being in the car listening to that. So that's why my music like selection with the ears is wide. Like I could listen to them or anything.
Lots of different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
People don't know that about me though.
That you like different types of music?
No, they don't. I really don't do a lot of interviews. I really don't share who I am like that. So it's like be a question mark to a lot of people. They don't know.
But you're listening to.
Bro, I could be listening to Billie Eilish one day. I could be listening to crazy shit like you wouldn't even think.
Real shit.
Yeah, like my range is wild.
So are you the type to like constantly be playing music, like waking up, like got the shower playlist going, stuff like that?
I would prefer that. I would prefer that. Like music get me going. Like I gotta hear some type of music and it just gets me going.
Yeah, no, I'm the same, man. I love playing music in the morning. Like it's tight because no matter what your vibe is or mood, there's gonna be a song.
It's a song for it. Like I kind of start my day. I don't start my day off with like hip hop or like rap or no shit like that. That's a little too much sometimes. But I start my day off like with like slow songs, like R&B songs, like shit like that. And then I like ease my way into the other shit to turn me up.
Damn, but 20-second gym slapping some Billie Eilish. I was not expecting that.
Listen, bro, the music that I make don't sound like shit like the music that I listen to. I don't know why it's like that, but the music I make don't sound like the shit I listen to. Like my playlists are like shock you. Like the shit.
Let's see it. What you got? What's the last stuff played?
Bro,
Are you on Apple Music or are you Spotify person?
I'm on Apple.
Same.
I got Spotify, but I don't ever be on it. I'm Apple. Apple is like easy to work. It's just simple.
And so at like through this whole childhood story, AllBlack is right there with you?
For the most part. We went to elementary school together. Remember when I said I left the Catholic school?
Yeah.
I went to a public school in my neighborhood, and that's where, like, you know, I came across him. He was a grade above me, and you know, we always in the same areas, so we played baseball together. We went camping and all that kind of shit. So that's how we met. We met when we was like real young.
Was he always a bit different? Because I feel like just looking at him, he looked different. You know what I'm saying?
He always was kind of like had his own little thing going on.
Yeah.
He was kind of different than the rest of us. Yeah. But that's always been him.
And like, did you guys had a crew or like, you know?
Yeah, we had a crew. It was a bunch of us running around there. It was many of us, and a lot of us we still cool to this day.
Yeah. You guys were just some street dudes making money?
Nah, hell no. Like I said, like my friends in the Dubs, they wasn't like the ones my age. It probably was like a few of us, but they weren't really on that. They was just being kids, like they was supposed to be.
Well, I'm talking like in high school, a little bit older when you're really in
school?
it. You know, like
like
the friend group.
High school, it was more about fun to a lot of people. I probably was the only, like me and a few others was like, it was a few of us that really, like, it was about fun, but we wanted to make it serious. We was in a rush to grow up.
So were you like pulling up to school with nice whips, or
no.
you trying to keep it low key?
I wasn't doing none of that. Like I ain't had no car at all. I just was always me. I just was always like, some people got the it factor. Whether you got the money or you don't got it, some people just got the it factor. And I'm blessed enough to have always had that shit since my mom dropped me off to daycare. I always have had the it factor. So,
did you have any close calls or any wild experiences? You know, trying to get the packs off.
Yeah, I done had some wild ones.
And it just never stopped you or turned away from it, or what? Because I was always curious about that song. I think it's P's and Q's. Mm-hmm. And where AllBlack is talking about
that
how
story. Mm-hmm.
Is that real?
I mean, you had to ask him.
Okay.
You gotta ask him.
So she didn't take your keys?
Oh, nah, that was some fake shit. Nah, that was some shit he just made up. Nah, I would never let nothing like that happen.
Okay. Yeah, I was always curious about that.
Nah, hell no. That was just some storytelling. It was a good story, though.
Okay, so how old are you when you first hop on that song?
With Black?
Yeah.
Probably like 20-something.
20?
Yeah, I was like 20-something probably. I forgot. It was a minute ago, shit. I forgot.
How do you, like, you're 20, you're probably making money, yeah. You know, like, you don't need this rap shit.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you want to make that second song? Or even take it a little bit more serious? Was it the fan interaction?
It was the fans. The fans made me take it serious. Otherwise, if that didn't happen, I would never gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's still kind of hard for me to give a fuck today. Like, because I'm living how I live already. I already was who I was way before I ever did a song, you know?
Yeah, you kind of just fell into it.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I feel like I'm like that too when it comes to the video stuff. Mm. It's like, I never really dreamt about making videos for a living. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, and that's what make it cool.
Yeah, but that also too, sometimes I get like imposter syndrome where it's like, you know, like...
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, am I even really supposed to be making these videos or do this content?
Yeah, because you look at other people like that and they really look, and you looking at yourself like, I didn't even think I was going to be doing this. So, I know exactly what you're saying.
When did you start seeing some money from the music?
I started seeing some money like... Probably like... I was spoiled, bro. You got to think, I came in under Black, so it was always... Once I was good. Once my first songs dropped, they already said that I was coming here, like, off of him. You know, they was ready to bring me to Empire way before I had one song, bro. I had a verse with him in one song, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah, that's what I'm just like, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It's crazy, bro. I was never expecting this, bro. I was never expecting it. I walked into this shit expecting nothing.
And then it just blows up low-key.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't be tripping because everything private. I walked into this, I was never expecting nothing. I never expected to make no money. I never expected to do no shows. I never expected people to, actually know what the fuck I got. Like, people around the world know about 22nd. That's crazy. Like, bro, I never thought, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never thought that it would stretch how it did. I'm very thankful, though. Like, I'm thankful for everybody that support me and my journey and with my story. So
You respect the craft?
yeah, hell yeah. At first I didn't though. I just didn't care. I was too busy doing other shit, but I respect it though. I respect it now.
When did it click for you?
Bro, it clicked for me like probably when I had to sit down. I had did some time. And it clicked like, damn, Jim, you gotta really do this shit. Like, and just my peers telling me like, speaking life into me when I fell down. Like it was really like people around me keeping me going too.
Oh, so you got jammed up and you had to do some time?
Yeah, it wasn't crazy. I was going for a few months, but I feel like when you make a big impact in your family and you the one that people come to, it don't matter if you're doing 2 years, 2 months, 2 days. Like you being gone is gonna affect people's life. So, and that's where I'm at with it. Like it don't matter if I'm gone for years, weeks, or in days. It'll affect people. It'll affect a lot of people everyday life because I'm there for a lot of people.
How old were you when you had to do that?
This was not even long ago. This was like a couple years. This was like 2 years ago, bro. It's recent, bro.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think have you talked about it?
I talked about it when I'm sure I talked about it before. I really don't do interviews like that. I don't do too many of them. So I'm sure. It's probably, bro, you can probably count on one hand how many interviews I got out there. People don't even know how articulate I am with my words. They don't even know that I can have a kind of conversation that I'm having. They be shocked when they hear me talk because I don't do interviews like that.
You like kind of remaining mysterious or having, not talking a lot?
I'm kind of like a question mark to a lot of people. They don't know me outside of the music. And when they listen to the music, they just think I'm some type of crazy ass person. But
bro, I'm gonna be real. Like I would see the shit you be posting. I'm like, this fool Jim's in New York. Like he's fucking with OVO. Like he's modeling. Like I'm like he got stacks of bread. Like bro, what is up? Like what's the story behind it?
Bro, it's just I just be at the right places at the right time.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, I pay attention to who paying attention to me. Like if 20,000 people watch my story, I try to look through the whole list, like who's watching me.
Really?
I try. Sometimes I try, but I just pay attention to who pay attention to me.
And so have you had those moments where you got people maybe you look up to or rappers where they tap in and be like, yo, I fuck with your shit? Yeah, and
it'd be surreal. It'd be surreal because it's like, damn, they know me. Or like, you know what I'm saying? They familiar with what I do. Or I be thankful, bro. Like, I be thankful for the littlest things. So.
Any notables that you could name drop?
Yeah, it's a few.
Let's hear it. Who?
I mean, that OVO shit was big.
Yeah? That
shit was big. Who the fuck thought that they was paying attention to me?
And that was Oliver who Oliver. Put you on the playlist?
Yeah, I fuck with Oliver.
Wow.
And he fuck with me. You gotta think that's one of the CEOs of OVO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, what year was this?
This was 2020.
And it just came out. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
It came. He got hip to me in like 2019 of No Pressure. And I had just seen him on Instagram. He just quoted my whole song and hella shit. Travis Scott, all of them niggas was commenting on it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, who is this? And then I just asked him, like, bro, what's up? Like, how you know about me? And he told me, and I was just like, damn, it's crazy.
And how did he find out? Just searching the web?
He found out about me through Black. He was listening to Black and like Shoreline Mafia, and that's how he got hip to me. And I just happened to be paying attention.
Let me ask you this: like not growing up, but when you were going through this music come up, did you ever feel some type of way always being associated with Black?
Nah.
You know, not like on some hater shit, but just also like, you know, I'm always like right there with him, but how do I become my own person?
Yeah, no, I never felt no way. I always knew how to kick back. I just kick back and take notes.
Play your role?
Yeah, I play whatever role I gotta play. For my team to win, I don't care. I'll be the water boy. I'd sit on the bench. I'd be the point guard. I don't care. I'm for the team. Like if we together, I'm for the cause.
Yeah, that's real though. Some people don't like playing their role, or they think they have a different role.
That's this egotistic shit. I ain't got that problem. I know who I am. Like, I'm content with who I am, so I don't care. I know who I am. Like,
you've always been like that?
Yeah, for the most part. I always knew who I was. Shit. I know. I ain't acting. This is me.
Yeah, because I think that's like a real defining part in someone's life.
Listen, man. If I gotta go get the water, I will go get the water. I don't care. If I gotta shoot the basket, I'm gonna shoot the basket. I ain't tripping.
So what's your current status with AllBlack now?
Oh, we cool. We
cool.
I
seen you guys were
we cool.
In the studio recently, right?
Yeah. We just did some shit for Pilo, for his tape, for the Wares.
Wow.
Yeah, we did a good song. It's getting good feedback too. I still fuck with him.
Yeah, because I just felt like for a minute I didn't really see you guys together a lot.
He just was doing his thing. I was just doing mine.
Yeah.
He went his way, I went my way, but we still cool.
That's fire.
Yeah, it's no problems.
It's hard to maintain relationships that long sometimes.
For sure. But it's like, we didn't meet through music, so it's like, bro, our relationship ain't based off music. Like, we didn't meet through music. I met him, like, I grew up with him. So, it's cool.
Damn, so, I mean, having that layer of relationship where, you guys are creating stuff together probably was a dope-ass feeling.
No, yeah, for sure. And it's still like that today. We get in the studio, iron sharpen iron. So we get in the studio, we try to make each other better. So I tell him, like, man, you better come with your best shit because I'm going to try to fuck you over. And he tell me the same thing, and that's how we able to create. So the body at work be so good.
Are you ever going back and rewriting stuff, or what's that like?
Hell yeah. Like, hell yeah. Yep. That's how I am, though. If I feel like somebody got me, I'm going to go back and do it.
If you got the time?
Hell yeah, I'm going to make the time.
That's real, you admit that. Some people wouldn't admit that.
Bro, I don't care.
Okay.
I tell the truth. I ain't got nothing to hide. Hell yeah, if he rip me on a song, I'm going to go back and fix it. Hell yeah. And I'm going to try to rip his ass. But,
So take me through the process of, like, creating a song. You got to, be by yourself. You got to hear the beat. What's the deal?
My process nowadays is, like, it just come down to the beat. As long as it's a good beat, I don't give a fuck who in the room. I could do a little something. Sometimes I be rusty because I don't be in the booth as much as other people, but once I catch my flow, I'm good. It's just really about the vibes. The vibes that's going on in the room and the beat. And then I'm good.
How long does it typically take to make a song?
Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. I just don't rush it.
You ever get, like, writer's block and stuff like that?
Hell yeah, I get that shit all the time. Man. Yes.
I'm the same way when it comes to videos or just when it get ideas and stuff like that.
When it get like that, I just kind of fall back a little bit and just, because when you feel good, it just come natural. Like, you just pop it naturally, versus you just like, fuck, what I'm gonna say now? What I'm gonna say now? I just kick back and just reset when I get writer's block. I try not to force it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's super important when it comes to making music, specifically, because it's all feeling.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
When you hear an instrumental, it takes you somewhere.
It does.
When you hear a beat, do you see stuff?
Yeah. I know if I like a beat off the first, like, 5 seconds. Like, that's how good I done got with picking beats. Like, off the first few seconds, I know, like, okay, I can fuck with this.
And are you the type to be, like, sending stuff around, getting opinions, or are you like...
Yeah, I send shit to, like, people that my circle of people, because I know that they gonna tell me the real. Like,
and I was talking to Rex earlier about this, right?
Yeah.
What makes that person credible to give their opinion on it?
You just know. You know people who know good music.
Yeah.
Like, people who know good music. I send my shit to a lot of people who make good music too. Like, who got an ear for that shit. That will tell me the truth. Like, Raj is one of the people I send music to, Jay, my cousins, my friends, like, they tell me the real. Like, if they don't like some shit, they gonna tell me, like, nah, you need to go back and fix that. Or if they like some shit, they gonna tell me, like, that was hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. I don't feel like I'm too big to listen. I don't have no problem with listening.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely important.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just kind of fascinated at the aspect of, like, who's credible and who we choose to listen to. And why we choose to listen to them,
It's like different reasons. Like, you might send it to your friends because y'all grew up together listening to music.
Keep it straight 100 with you.
or like other niggas that you met that I might have met through the music that make good music. So I trust their ear, I trust their judgment. So I know that they ain't gonna tell me like something good and it's not.
I feel that. So getting to your story, you move out to New York.
Yeah.
For how long?
I was out there for like 4 years.
Yeah, man. How was that?
I liked it a lot.
I love New York.
Yeah, I love New York. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love everything about it.
Where were you staying at?
I was in Long Island City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they call it Long Island City because it's really in Queens. But it's right there off I think that's the Hudson. But like my spot, it was right there by like, if you on the FDR headed towards Harlem and you look to the right, it's gonna be a Coca-Cola sign right there. And all those glass buildings, that's where I'm at.
Was it a big culture shock moving out there?
Yeah, it was, but I liked it though, because it's like, as a kid you grow up like seeing all these movies and they all based in New York.
Hell yeah.
So you already think like, damn, one day I want to go there. Like I want to see these buildings, I want to see this, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of this atmosphere. I want to be a part of this noise. So
yeah, the energy there is different, bro.
Yeah, I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I love New York.
Were you the type to so you were riding subways and doing all that?
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't do the subways. I wanted to though. I went down there and took a peek.
Yeah.
But, I wasn't riding them though, because I ain't know the streets that well. I always was blessed enough to have a driver, so that shit was expensive, but I had a driver.
Oh, so you moved out there when you in.
Yeah, I was.
I remember seeing it on your story.
Yeah.
That you had like a player ass little view going on. I was like, okay.
Very blessed.
And you just moved out there just cause?
Yeah, I was out there before I actually like made it official. I was out there for like a year, just fucking around, fucking with people, meeting people, and it just made sense for me to make the move.
Yeah. You just had business associates out there?
Yeah, I had a business associate out there.
That East Coast premium really pays off sometimes, huh?
They had the East Coast Empire. I was out there.
Really?
Yeah, ask Bobby. He know me. Yeah.
Wait, who's Bobby?
Bobby, he do the shit in New York for Empire.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just started working here.
He here right now. I'll introduce you to him when we leave.
Please.
When
was the last time you been in New York?
Probably like a month ago, 2 months ago or something. Like not too long ago. It was recently.
I just can't stand the winters out there, bro. That shit.
It's not that bad. You just gotta get a big jacket.
I'm not fucking with the snow. Yeah, big jacket and a driver is probably like the best way to experience the city.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, who's walking through that shit? I'm not walking around through that shit.
Sometimes
I know it's people
That's why
that
they got the Timbs, man.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not doing that. I've done it, but I'm not finna just do it like constantly if I don't have to. No. Hell no.
Were you like doing some New York shit, like going to see Statue of Liberty, going to Yankee game, shit like that?
See, I was doing like certain tourist shit, but I never seen it. I seen the Statue of Liberty like once. I was on a plane, I think. I think I was landing like, I forgot where I was landing, LGA or some shit, and I seen it. But I have never pulled up and seen it. It was a lot of shit I didn't do, but it's impossible to do almost everything in New York.
Yeah.
You could eat different food in New York every day for like 22 years, I think. I think that's what Google said. There's so much shit to do out there.
Yeah, man, there's just inspiration everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like in all type of lanes too, like like fashion. Like if you went to fashion, like that's the best place for you to go.
To sit on the sidewalk and people watch, people be fly out there.
Hell yeah, like that's where I changed my whole sense of style once I got out there. Like I stopped dressing like I was from California. Like when I get dressed, I dress a little bit different, a little bit. But
and that's the East Coast, New York.
It's the East Coast shit.
Influence.
Because they get everything first. So it be shit that touchdown out there that we'll never get. We be late. California is like late for everything. Only probably LA gets some little shit, but the Bay, fuck no.
Damn.
We don't be getting.
So you're just saying you're saying New York got more drip than the Bay right now.
It's a that's a no-brainer.
Damn.
It's a no-brainer.
Nah, bro. I just remember going out there and I was just looking at like, from the moms to the old ladies to the old dudes, like young kids, like everyone's got their look, and there's so many different styles of looks.
Because it's too big of a city.
Yeah.
It's too big of a city. It's millions and millions of people.
All right, but speaking of inspirations, like, how do you find inspiration to rap? Or what, makes you want to pick up that pen?
I think, like, shit that I go through, it inspires me to do shit. Shit that I see other people go through, it inspires me to do it. And pretty much that. Like, that's what inspires me. Like, shit that I go through, shit that I see other people go through, that's what inspires me to keep like keep rapping.
Do you feel currently inspired in the current state you're at, or?
I go through my stages where sometimes I feel inspired, sometimes I don't. But you know, for the most part, I still take my ass to work. I still go get in the gym and shoot me a few shots and see how it go.
Every day?
Not every day, but every other day I try to.
So you make music sometimes when you don't want to make music?
Yeah.
That's important.
Shit, I ain't want to come today. I'm here.
No, yeah, it's definitely lit for All-Star Weekend out here.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
So can the fans expect some new music? You got anything to, you know?
Yeah, I got Vacuum Seal the Money Counters coming out.
What is that?
It's my tape I'm working on. I'm probably like 60% done with. It's gonna be nice. They gonna like it. It's like I'm really just trying to cater to my core fan base and not the people that's just jumping on board because of features or whatever. I just want to cater to the ones that been here. That's gonna always be here. Yeah,
because I feel like compared to a lot of other artists, like you have a special lane where it's like you could drop one music video every 6 months, but your fan base is still gonna tap in.
Yeah, I'm very blessed for that.
Because you've been doing this music shit for a long time.
Yeah, just not consistently. If I was doing this shit as long as I was doing it on a consistent level, things would probably be different.
You think so?
I know so. Because I'm not even consistent and they still here. Like it's new people come out every day. It's someone new to listen to. It's someone new that the fans can listen to every day. And for them to still stick around when I'm dropping tapes like once a year, once two, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's selfish of me. Like, I should be giving them more. And that's what I'm on. That's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, because also, on the other hand, though, I feel like sometimes it's easy to, like, overflood sometimes. And, like, people can be like, I heard a lot. Yeah. I'm not going to tap in.
See, that's why
that balance is hard sometimes.
When people know when they doing a little too much. You ain't got to give them too much. The thing is, what I try to do, I try to keep them wanting more.
Yeah.
I don't try to give them too much and then they like, oh, I'm cool on him. Who's next? Like, you know what I'm saying? I try to leave them with just enough to where they're like, ooh, I want more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But nowadays in 2025, I feel like that only lasts a week and then they want more and more and more. I swear
to God, like I drop a song and they be like, when you dropping? I just dropped last week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Run that up. But their attention span is so short.
Bro, for real. I mean, shit, I'm becoming a victim of it.
Shit crazy, bro.
It's wild, too, because it's like, if you're really trying to maintain your artist integrity, I feel like you really get challenged nowadays where it's like, am I doing this for the algorithm? And am I doing it just to stay in people's faces? Like, what am I really doing this for?
Yeah, sometimes you do question yourself. I find myself doing it, too.
Nah, it's just a part of being a creative, I guess.
Yeah. This shit not as easy as we make it look.
Yeah.
It's easy, but sometimes it's not.
All right. Can you leave with some advice to maybe fellow creators or, people trying to get in the game?
Yeah. Just, stay focused. Put your craft first. And, look out for your people. Once you get to where you're going, make sure you leave the door open for your people so they can come in and they can make, just create as many lanes as you can. Take advantage of rooms that you get in when you get in the rooms, Meet people. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid. If you in a room that's important, you must belong there. So act how you supposed to act. Just stay focused and keep going. Like and stay consistent. It just comes down to consistency.
You been in some crazy rooms?
Definitely.
And you're introducing yourself or what?
Sometimes they know me. Sometimes I just kick back.
And you've seen like a payout on that?
Yeah.
Of being in the rooms, because that's how I feel too. Like, I'll be here and I'm just like, damn, it's easy to kind of get jaded from this shit where it's just like, damn, I'm really here with, bro, I'm a fan of you, you know what I'm saying? I see you all the time now, it's like, it's just, it's tight.
I mean, everybody, if you're here for a reason. So it's like, I just look at it like that. I'm here for a reason.
Well, yeah, man, I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm definitely looking forward to some new music.
Yeah.
And, maybe we can get a music video in.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I haven't dabbled in a while, but trying to
let's lock in.
Get back in it.
For sure.
All right, well, this has been the 20-second gym interview. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we out.